Well, hello and welcome to our Q&A. And last we talked to you, little Frankie was born. So he's 2 weeks old today. Yeah, so he's growing fast. We didn't get to see him last Sunday, but he's growing fast. And then you also heard that Jimmy, Joe, and Joanna, the Action Lab guy, they're going to have a baby. So they'll be born in April. We don't know the gender yet. So if you'd like, you can comment below and guess what you think. They have 2 boys and 2 girls, so take a guess. Let's see what you think. We're guessing girl. Girl, right? Yeah. Yeah. Well, Papa O usually gets them right, so whatever he says, I guess, because I always get them wrong. And he's thinking girl, so I'm going to guess girl.
In fact, just now,
always gets them right.
Just now I had a vision.
You had a vision? All right, okay, we're going to go ahead and go with the questions. Leonardo.
You read it.
Goncalves.
Gonçalves.
Oh, the C is, okay, Gonçalves.
Like, I think it's Portuguese. Let me know if I'm right.
Yeah, you usually are. Okay, how come Jimmy Joe, the Action Lab guy, is so genius? He was brilliant since birth. He says, I'm a school teacher in Brazil and I recommend his videos for all my students.
Did I say Brazil? What?
Oh, that's right. You did say Brazil.
They speak Portuguese in Brazil.
Yeah, you did. And don't you have any videos of Davey and Jimmy Joe when they were kids? I bet Davey looked a lot like Daisy and Ender. Yes, we do have. I'll have to see if I can find some. And of Jimmy Joe and Davey when they were little. And I bet they do look a lot like him.
Davey puts up quite a few when he was little.
Yeah, he does. So, and Jimmy Joe, when he was little, we didn't notice he was genius. I don't know. He was really smart in math, and he loved to do experiments. And he was really, he kind of freaked out about space. I remember him just freaking out one time. He's just saying, "What about space? Does it end?" And I says, well...
How old was he?
Oh, probably 10, 11, 12, around in there. Yeah. Probably about around Zade's age maybe, or a little bit. Younger. Yeah, around in there, or Daisy's age. And I said, I don't know, space, it doesn't end. And I said, try not to think about it because it'll drive you crazy. And he goes, but I want to know if it ends. And okay, let's say it ends. And then there's a big wall, and then you wonder what's on the other side of that wall.
I've thought of that.
And so it'll just drive you crazy. And he really was freaking out about it. And now here he is studying about it. And, you know, maybe that's why it doesn't scare him so much. And, okay, let's go with Waytel.
Yeah. I love your video so much. Hope everyone's having a blessed day and night. Have a beautiful rest rest of this day and a wonderful rest of this day and a wonderful weekend. God bless all.
And then
wait. Hashtag no hate needed, just love.
I like that.
Were you excited about the baby? I love putters.
Yes, we were way excited about little baby Frankie, and it kind of caught us off guard, you know, a week ahead, and all of a sudden he's there, and because usually we know more in advance, and we're there. I'm there to babysit. We're there with the kids. We're right there to take the kids to visit. But boy, they just took the kids in there, and Doug watched the little ones. It was like 3 in the morning when they went in the hospital. All of a sudden we wake up and there's a message saying that they're at the hospital. We go, oh, you know, it just really caught us off guard. So we were way excited about little Frankie. Lynette, is that how you say it?
No, just Lynette.
Lynette Little. I should have Papa say the names.
Like Chicken Little.
Hello, Mama and Papa O. We love your channel. Thank you. Where does Papa O teach, and what does he teach? Your family's a wonderful example, and we love you all. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you to say.
Anyway, so now I teach at the same high school my children went to.
And then what do you teach?
And
also?
I like to do PE classes. I like to do science classes and special needs.
Those are his favorites. And you do PE sometimes, and...
One more thing.
Okay.
I have one more thing I want to tell you. The high school is 9th grade through 12th, and I actually choose where there's the least amount of problems with kids being crazy and out of line, and it's usually the 9th graders
that you don't want to teach.
I don't want to teach.
Yeah.
Junior and senior, they're a little more focused. They want to graduate, and so I liked.
Yeah, and he could choose what classes he wants.
Like I did special needs, and I know how to pick them so that.
That's what class you did today.
There's 3 adults in the class because of like autistic kids and things like that, and I feel comfortable with them. With them.
Yeah,
so.
he likes the special needs class. Okay, Kayla Whitmire. Momma O, did you make that blanket on the chair? Oh, this one here, I think she's talking about.
Did you?
No, I didn't.
That's the only
she
thing
says, if so, what stitch did you use if it's crochet? And my sister Kathy, let's see, she either made this one or this, I can't remember, it was 45 years ago. I think she made the one you're sitting on, but yeah.
Oh, it needs to be washed.
Yeah, I wash it a lot. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll have to ask her what stitch it was, and it is crochet. And this one here, I think I bought it at one of the ladies in our ward made it, and we'll have to find out what stitch it is, but that's nice that you noticed that. Okay, Mr. B, they already had the, he's talking about the Saratoga Springs Temple. They already had the groundbreaking for it, and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, they have, the leaders have the shovel that's painted gold on it, and then they just break the ground. And so he says, I wonder how much the church spends on gold-plated shovels. Think they reuse them, or who used them once gets to keep them? Those are questions I never thought of, but they don't keep them. They use them for each temple dedication, and it's not a lot of money. They're just painted gold because they get dirty and everything. Gold colored, yeah. But those are interesting questions. Yeah. And then also Mr. B says, congratulations, you know you need 3 more grandbabies to fill out that wall, you know, to make it even now. Who's going to help with that? Jimmy Joe and Joanna? He's on to us yet. Jimmy Joe and Joanna. They're having the grandbaby number 29. Well, who's gonna, maybe they'll have quads. Nobody wants to have quads. And that would, not for her, but yeah. And then also says, and those kittens build a wall. Are your wheelbarrows artwork or to use them? Both. I use them when I need them, and then when I don't need them, I just put them for artwork, so that they just look nice. You know how I have them sitting in the back there, make it look nice. With our old washer wringer. Yeah, I have a nice little setup there with all the little trinkets that we have back there. And your fake outhouse. Yeah, fake. Well, no, it's a real outhouse. It's a real one, but we don't use it. I guess if we had to, but hopefully we'll never have to. You'd have to dig the hole up. Yeah, I'd just put a bucket out there with a bag in it and say, sit on here. I ain't digging no hole. I did that once. She did it on her farm. I did that once. It took all summer. I went 8 feet deep, 4 foot by 4 foot. But it lasted, what, 25, 30 years? Yeah. Okay, why don't you read the next one? Where are we? Family is everything. Family. Okay, baby Frankie. Heart, 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 heart. Oh, wait, another baby coming? Wow. She noticed it. On my video yesterday, I put up, or 2 days ago, I put up who sees it, who notices the wall, and these are the people that noticed it. Family is everything. Mr. B, Mindy Van Horn, Shirley Newman, Super Lily's channel, Cindy Thomas, Helen Gay, Debbie Muir, Polly Gatto, and Julie Armbruster, that so far that have noticed that there's a new grandbaby on the wall. I was just curious who's, because I didn't come right out and say it. Well, you just showed it. I just showed it. 30-second video. Yeah, I just showed the picture, and I just showed a picture of it from far away, and it says, who can see it, who notices? Because we just had baby Frankie, so a lot of people are just assuming it's baby Frankie that I got up there. It's another one that's solid white. Yeah, but it's another one. So this one will be due in April. Okay. Oh, I think this is from Helen Gay. Yeah, why don't you read that one?
How much fun is corn belly? Something just in your area, or sometime that happens in many towns?
Or something that happens in many towns.
Love the money exchange. You girls are so funny with it.
We always have a money exchange. Always. We're always sharing. Say, oh, I want an ice cream, but I don't want the whole thing. And so if the ice cream's $4 and there's 3 of us, we'll say, oh, let's split it. And so we have to pay. Yeah, because who wants or a donut? We don't want the whole donut, so we share the cost of the donut. And then we gotta each pitch in $1 or $1.50, or and if we have a $5 bill, then somebody's got to break the $5 bill and get the change back. Or so that's kind of funny how we always have a money exchange. So I'm glad you noticed that. Okay, last one. Grateful MC. Do you think your brother Brad would make a video with you on how he makes his root beer? I'd love to see how he does it. All the food at the party looked good. This was at our Bueller Halloween party.
But you know how to make that.
I know how to make root beer. Yes, I know how to do it. I have a video on it, and I'll post the video right here of how to make the homemade root beer. It's really easy.
And the best part is when there's slush in it.
Oh, the kids love the slushy part. I just made some a couple of days ago for the Activity Days Halloween party. And the funnest part is when you put that dry ice in and they start watching it bubble, and it takes about 20 minutes to fizz up. And it's real simple. All you do is buy the root beer extract from the store and some dry ice and some sugar, and you just put in like 3 or 4 cups of sugar to 2 gallons of water, and you put the dry ice in. You got yourself root beer. I'll post the video.
You can tell she's made it before. She can name that without reading it.
And I usually, because I just made it a couple of days ago. It's just fun to make, and I usually make it around Halloween because it's spooky with the dry ice and stuff, and kids all love that dry ice. They think that's pretty fun. And make sure you comment below what you think the new baby's going to be. Right now we have 15 girls and 13 boys. Does that make 28? Yes. And so we're guessing girls, so that would make it 16 girls and 13 boys. So you guys guess below what you think is going to be grandbaby number 29. Okay, so let's go ahead and close with a quote here.
Wait, I have my quote.
Okay.
As you know, I've been in a lot of countries and a lot of places I really love, like Florence and Paris and everything. Anyway, so my saying is, a bad day in Paris is still better than a good day anywhere else.
Anywhere else. Did you like Paris that much?
Yeah.
Every day you said you'd walk down to the park and...
No, I'd walk under the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, under the Eiffel Tower.
In my substitute class today with the special needs kids, we talked about the origin of Halloween.
Oh, so what is the origin of Halloween?
It's from the Gaelic people, which is the Celts, you know, and those in England.
Okay.
And it was originally wearing masks to scare away evil spirits.
Interesting.
And the carving pumpkins started in the Middle Ages. And,
why do we do that?
Originally they did turnips, but they said it's a lot of work to carve up turnips.
Oh, dear.
So they switched over to pumpkins. But pumpkins, the scary face on a pumpkin, again, was to scare away evil spirits.
Oh, I wonder if it worked. How's that going for you? Yeah, so it is interesting how we do what we do nowadays.
It originated, and the Celts live in England. No, Ireland. It's from Ireland. So it is an Irish holiday dating back to the early Middle Ages.
So is St. Patrick's. Boy, the Irish are getting all our holidays for us.
If I remember right, in Spanish they call it the Day of the Dead.
Hallow's Eve. Hallowed Eve. Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, they and then you said when you were in Canada, they had good witches and white witches and black witches. Or
that's not related to Halloween, though.
Oh, it's not.
No.
That's just
it's just for entertainment in Vancouver, where a lot of restaurants would have a fortune teller that could, and the fortune teller needs something to get their, so they can read what's going on inside you.
Ooh.
And they'd either do it with your hand, looking at the lines on your hand, or a deck of cards, or just looking at you. They'd get vibes from you and everything.
Yeah, comment below what you like to do for Halloween.
But anyway, what I was going to say about, that's kind of slightly related to Halloween, but the fortune teller said there's good witches and bad witches that tell fortunes for people. And you know, everybody's seen, like, in comic books, like a fortune, like a globe they look into and everything. And,
yeah, to tell you.
I actually went to one of those in Utah.
Oh, no.
And my $15 were all of a sudden just up. I said, that's it?
That's all you get?
Just say some good fortune's going to come to me, and that's about it.
Well, did you want to hear some bad stuff?
No,
Nobody wants to hear the bad.
No, but anyway.
So did the black witches tell bad stuff about you?
No, I wouldn't. You don't go to black witches.
Oh, I was going to say, who wants to hear?
It's scary.
Yeah. Who wants to hear that one?
And the mother of a girl I dated once says she was she didn't call the witch, she called the fortune teller. But she said one time, and she used to do it just for entertainment with her family members, because she was able to predict things. And one time she predicted something bad that happened, and she said,
and it really did?
This is not from God, from Father in heaven, these evil things, I mean bad things happening, and I shouldn't. And she just says, and she never touched it again.
Yeah, I don't blame her. Ooh, kind of scary. Okay, we'll go ahead and end with...
Oh, tell me the end of it.
Oh.
So the reason I went to these fortune tellers was I broke up with a girl.
This is in Canada.
And I was visiting Canada. I broke up with a girl in Salt Lake, and I wanted to know if I was going to get together. So I went to about 3 different restaurants, and each one of them...
They had them in restaurants?
Yeah, actually you had dinner.
Oh.
It's kind of a little entertainment thing after you eat. And it's been a lot of years ago, but I'm sure they still do it.
Apparently
but anyway, so I asked the same question
to each one.
To each one of them. And they were kind of vague about it, and they start talking about vibes they get, like, you're from over the mountains, aren't you? Yeah, I am. I'm over, live in Utah and everything. Anyway, she said, I don't know, but I see somebody with a broken leg. And that's not too helpful. And then when I got home and I had a class with this girl, she had a broken leg.
Your girl, the one you wanted to get back to?
Yes.
Oh, really?
I was going to say, you're not too much help.
Sorry about that.
I wanted...
I wanted to get back with her, not have her break her leg. So much for that plan. Okay, so this week I'm going to be busy making Halloween treats for the trick-or-treaters. When I was a little girl, Mom would make donuts, and then she'd pass those out to the trick-or-treaters, and the houses were like a mile apart, and so we'd go to maybe 5 houses and sit and visit, and we'd have some hot chocolate and just kind of visit, and then we'd come back home. So I thought that's how you do it.
No, but then there was a scare when people started somebody put stuff in candy.
Well, that was about, I don't know, 40 years ago, 30, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so I just make donuts.
Well,
and I've been doing that for 45 years.
No home cooked stuff.
Yeah, I remember that, but I still do it anyway. I still do it. And so anyway, I'll be making Halloween treats.
What about your donuts?
Yeah, I'll be doing the donuts and stuff.
Tell them about your 3rd generation of the same family, like Caitlin's family.
Yeah, it's fun because they'll come back. Oh, because I've been doing it for 45 years, and I'll have kids come back that were my scouts, and they've got kids, and I'll say, well, I gave donuts to your dad when he was my scout, and I just keep getting these 2nd and 3rd and 4th generation people coming back, and actually it turns into being to becoming a really fun evening. Some just are there for the donuts. They come and go and then run out. And then others will stay and visit, and they'll say, do you remember I was your scout 40 years ago, and these are my kids. And some will come drive for quite a ways away to come get the donuts and stuff. So it's really quite a fun evening. And if it's cold outside, I'll say, come on in and sit a spell. No. And so it's just really fun. I remember having one little girl look up at me, and she was just curious. She goes, you must really like kids. And I go, yes, I do. And she'll look at me like, oh, I go, just kidding. I really do like kids. I usually will put a witch hat or something on, and I shouldn't do stuff like that. But it's really a fun evening. I just really do enjoy it. And
I won't say what I think of it.
Yeah, Papa doesn't like it too much. And I have to make sure I feed him, and so he doesn't just sit and eat candy. But I'll make donuts, Rice Krispie squares, cookies, carameled apples, popcorn balls.
Well, when we were first married, I kind of controlled it a little bit, and I would plan it so that
you controlled Halloween.
No,
the trick-or-treaters?
You'll recognize it when I say it.
All right.
I'd say, now we got to plan it so after 1 hour we're running out, and so I look forward to running out of candy, so I could say, oh, you're kind of late. We just ran out of candy. I'm sorry.
Donuts, you mean? Or I mean,
no, this
the
is
cake and the kids trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's just really fun. Tell me what your favorite thing is about Halloween. And we'll go ahead and give a couple of quotes. And one of the quotes we were looking at, it says, Halloween is every day when I look in the mirror, or something somebody was saying. Yeah. I thought it was every day.
What, because of what you're wearing,
what you're
your
looking,
face, or your
what
makeup?
You look like.
Oh, your makeup?
I don't know. It's just scary. Scary time. And let's see.
Why don't you ask them what
Go ahead,
they like to do for Halloween?
Yeah, so what's their favorite thing about Halloween?
Yeah, in our early years, I used to take the kids out trick-or-treating while Ravan would give out the
donuts.
Yeah. And I would always go out with really small ones, like maybe under 12 years old or something. And but they would never share their candy with me. The kids, they'd get really mad if I'd ask for if I wanted to look at their candy and pick out my
that's treasure.
favorites.
They're not going to share that.
So I decided I would ask for candy, and our daughter Amanda, she started saying, could I get some from my dad? And that worked with maybe one house. And
so you get some candy.
After that, they said, well, he doesn't have a costume on. So I went home.
When you started wearing the
I wear a
poncho?
Mexican poncho.
So that's
and they kind of hesitated, like,
oh,
okay, he does have a costume.
Oh, dear. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. If you don't, let's see. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Alrighty then. That's kind of scary, huh? Yeah, don't take life for granted. And make sure you tell those you love them, you love them. Well, thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And let's see what tomorrow brings. Thanks. Remember, look for the rose.
I have a comment, though.
Uh-oh.
Have you noticed that the expression,
why are you up so high?
He is old, or she is old, or I am old, have you noticed how that changes with time? Because when you're like 10 to 12 years old, anybody over late teens and over 20, they're old, and all the rest of the people they're old.
When you're young. And then when you get 20, to that age,
you move it up to maybe 40 or 50. That's kind of getting old.
You keep upping the age of what old is.
And Davey, he helps out at our temple here sometimes, and sometimes it's
once a week.
Yeah, it's retired people that do it, and they're usually just older people. And I said, so what do they call old? And they're usually 70 to 80 years old. Some of them.
What is old?
And so I said, well, what do they call old? They said, well, they call, the ones 70 and 80 call old in the 90s. So what age do you call old? What is that theme song called?
I can't remember. It's the Twilight Zone or something.
Yeah, Twilight Zone.
Well, we gotta go. Oh, thanks and good night. And to see what tomorrow brings. Okay, Papa O found a Halloween quote. Go ahead.
But look how, see how cool? All of the candy corn that was ever made was made in 1911. And so since nobody eats that stuff every year, there's a ton of it left over.